Well, I'm going to get started. So, go ahead, close your eyes, take some deep breaths in through your nose. My thing is shaking. Hold that air in for just a few seconds and then let it go. Setting an intention to breathe in pure source energy, healing, light-filled energy. You're going to hold on to it for just a few seconds, setting an intention to allow that energy to grab a hold of any blockages, any energy, any limiting beliefs that are no longer serving you. And then you're going to let them go. Breathing in, imagining that it is your heart. Breathing that energy in, holding on to it for just a few seconds, allowing it to grab hold of anything that's no longer serving you, and then just letting it go. Breathing in, holding it for 1, 2, 3, and then exhaling. Remembering throughout the meditation to come back to your breathing. It's your center point. That's your reset. That's your security blanket. You find yourself having a hard time concentrating, being doubtful of what's coming through, frustrated with yourself. Go back to your breathing. Imagining your heart breathing that air in, nice and slow, and then letting go of it whenever you're ready. In and out. I want you to remember that many people are not visual, and so if you don't normally identify as being visual, don't expect to see anything. You'll just know what it is that's coming through. You could be looking at total darkness and still be able to receive rich, detailed information that your higher self is sending through. So if you don't see anything, if it's just total darkness, allow that information to come through via a different sense. You might hear it. You might feel it. You might just know it. So if you don't see anything, skip the visuals. Move on to another sense. This energy is always, always present. Your higher self is always wanting to connect with you. And you're wanting to connect with it as well, isn't that right? So just allow it. Just receive. Taking a deep breath in through your nose. Allowing your heart to breathe that energy in. Connecting your mind, body, and soul. And then exhaling, just letting it go. In and out. In and out. Breathing deeply. I want you to imagine now that you are walking through a large, damp forest. It's full of trees and moss, forest critters. There are so many things to look at, and there is so much present around you. Think about what that would smell like. The plants, the mist, the trees, the dirt. What would it feel like? Cool, moist, liberating. What would it sound like? What would you hear as you're walking through this large, damp forest? I want you to call in as many details as you can, not just visual. Use all of your senses. What do you hear? What do you see? What do you smell? I want you to set an intention to separate your energy body from your physical body. Transport your consciousness into this space in the quantum that you're creating for this healing, for this meditation. Feel the separation. You might feel weird, you might feel dizzy, you might just feel warm or cozy or relaxing. Set an intention to allow your consciousness, your higher self, your awareness to move outside of your physical body, enjoying that damp, cold rainforest, knowing that you are capable, that this is easy, that this is second nature for you to be able to do this. Thinking those thoughts to yourself now. Even if you don't fully believe them yet, saying the affirmations a couple of times. This is so easy. I've done this with success so many times before. I'm really good at this. I'm grateful for my confidence. I'm grateful for this opportunity. Continuing with those deep breaths, in and out, breathing in the energy of confidence, knowing that you can take this same confidence, energy of success, to anything that you want to do in the metaphysical, in the 3D, knowing that you're going to be successful in just a few minutes at healing this childbirth timeline, at healing this postpartum timeline. I want you to imagine now that you're at a lookout on a cliff overlooking the water. What do you see? What do you hear and feel and notice as you're looking down the cliff and out and into the water? Maybe there are boats, seagulls in the air, a pod of whales. You can feel the cold breeze from the water on your face. You're just looking down, taking it all in, using all of your senses. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? Now, I want you to leave that cliff scene and move on to a familiar childhood scene. You're on a playground, on a swing. You can feel the motion of swinging back and forth, back and forth. The wind against your face. Enjoying the weightlessness of going up and down through the air, up and down, up and down. reliving being on that swing once again. Knowing that there is nowhere else that you need to be. There is nowhere else in all of creation that you need to be right now other than on that swing. What do you hear? What do you see? What do you feel? What do you smell? Going up and down, up and down. Next, I want you to see yourself eating a meal. Maybe it's the last meal that you ate, or your favorite meal ever. I want you to take note of who is there with you, what you're eating, how it smells, how it tastes, what it looks like, the temperature of your food, the texture. What do the dishes look like? The silverware, the table and chairs. What is it like to be eating that meal, that particular food? Take it all in. Enjoy it. Now, I want you to see yourself getting up from that meal, leaving the table. Go to leave. As you turn around and walk away, you see a beautiful, swirling, energetic portal in front of you. It's huge. It's just opened up right in front of you. And you look at it, feeling a little mesmerized. It feels cozy and safe, even though it's different, maybe a little bit weird. But you trust. You can feel the encouragement of your higher self. And so you step through that portal, just moving through it, floating, drifting gently into another reality, into another dimension. And as you move into this new reality, you're taking a look around, and you notice that you are now in a beautiful, beautiful space. This is the most beautiful space you could ever possibly imagine. It feels incredible here. Might be outdoors. It might be indoors. I want you to picture yourself in the most beautiful, peaceful, relaxing space that you could ever possibly imagine. Feeling it. What is the energy like in this space? What does it look like? Are you outside or inside? Is it warmer or cooler? Are there a lot of plants around or other living organic things? Or is it just kind of clean, modern, and antiseptic? What is it like in this space? What's the smell like? Does it feel familiar? Or is it brand new? I want you to really anchor that in. Now, I want you to imagine that there is a table that appears in the middle of this space. I want you to imagine that there is a small table with 2 chairs now. And as you continue looking at this table and chairs, you see that there's someone sitting in one of those chairs. This is a guide. This guide is going to help you rewrite the story of your birth and postpartum experience. This guide might be a human, they might be a higher dimensional being, they might be an animal, they may be a family member, they might be a spirit guide, might be your inner child or your higher self, a god or a goddess. I want you to really study this guide. Take note of their appearance. What do they look like? What are they wearing? What is their energy like? What does their energy feel like? I want you to really take it all in. Next, I want you to go and sit at the table with this guide. I want you to sit in that empty chair, sit down with them, introduce yourself, and ask for their name. What is their name? And how are you connected? When you ask them that question, I want you to pay close attention to their answer. How is it that they plan to help you? And why are they doing this with you? After you've finished that exchange and you've gotten those answers, I want you to imagine that the 2 of you have moved away from the table and chairs, and you find yourselves now approaching the water. There's a body of water in front of you. It's very inviting. It's a body of water that you can't wait to get into. It could be an ocean, could be a lake, a river, or a pool, anything at all. Any body of water that you're excited to get into. This water is the energy of Divine Mother. She's welcoming you back, allowing you to rewrite the story of your childbirth, your postpartum experience, offering the space with which you can do that, guiding you and supporting you. You walk towards the water with your guide now. And the moment that you feel the water touch your skin, you're instantly at ease. You feel Divine Mother holding you, cradling you, just like a mother does with her own newborn baby. You're being held, comforted. The only energy that you know while you're being held by Divine Mother is love, safety, and peace. You feel so safe, so comfortable, so relaxed. The two of you are getting ready to do amazing work together now. Not only are you birthing a new story for yourself, a whole new narrative, but you are also being reborn in this moment, birthing an entirely new memory for the experience of your birth. Divine Mother holds you in her unending love, in the vastness of her womb, which is as deep, which is as vast as the universe itself. You allow yourself to be held, receiving that love and that support. As you enter into the water, your guide reassures you that you're safe to submerge entirely. You'll be just like an unborn child now, able to thrive in the water. No need to breathe, no need to think consciously. Just allow the energy to carry you away. Feeling the motion of the current, of the waves, the movement of the water. And now you're going to envision, you're going to allow in through visuals, through auditory means, through knowing or feeling, or through rewriting and narrating an entirely new story for your birth. Your guide will help you with the assistance and support of Divine Mother. I'll be quiet for just a minute or two now as you allow this new information, this new story to come in. And as it does, it changes you at a cellular level. This new narrative, maybe it's a story that you tell yourself, maybe it's a new realistic physical story, maybe it's just the new beautiful energy. Whatever it is that wants to come in, that energy is going to replace the imprint, the foundation, the blueprint of your old story. This new narrative, carrying the energies of healing, of love, and of peace. I want you to allow it to come in now. Feeling it, knowing it, and anchoring it in. After that new birth story has been firmly anchored in, you move on. The energy of your guide and of Divine Mother still present. You're moving through the water now, effortlessly, calm and peaceful. Moving through the water until you see another portal. It's not very easy to see in the water, but you can feel the energy of it. You know that it's present. This is a portal to your postpartum experience. With love and patience, your guide moves you through this portal, and you are effortlessly moved into the new energy of your postpartum experience. I want you to allow that energy to fully anchor in, just like you did with the energy of your childbirth. Allowing it to come in, receiving it. It might be literal new memories. It might be physical sensations. It might be energy. You might see the energy or feel the energy. It might just be the knowingness that this new, divine, peaceful, and loving imprint has replaced the old one. Cleansing that old energy, activating this new timeline. I want you to allow it to come in now. Once the new energy of this postpartum experience has been anchored in, I want you to ask your birth guide what messages they have for you before you depart. Allow them to tell you those messages now. As you are continuing to get ready to leave this energetic space, I want you to send your thanks and your gratitude to Divine Mother as well, and ask what messages she has for you moving forward. And now you're going to leave this energetic space, your birth guide, Divine Mother, this healing space in the quantum. You're going to leave it all behind. You're going to move back through that portal, through the water, through space and time, and back to your own body. Your body your experience in this lifetime, becoming more and more aware of your body, of the room around you, of your physical being, listening to my voice, feeling your clothing, feeling the chair or the bed or the couch underneath you, coming to awareness of this lifetime, of this day, and the current time. Coming back fully into your body now. And I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but if you have something to write down what came through, pen and paper, or write yourself a note on your phone or whatever, that would be really helpful because the information will probably start to fade. It usually does. So I highly recommend writing it down. And if anyone wants to share what came through, I would love to hear about it.